Right now, I'm going to teach you secrets, tips, and insights to building $1 million in monthly recurring revenue and $1 million coaching business. Hey, my name's Dr. LeBauer. I'm a physical therapist, and I help physical therapists and healthcare professionals make more money, create more income, and help more people without relying on insurance companies. And recently, my business crossed $1 million in 12 months, my coaching business. And I was reviewing my stats, and I do this on a regular basis, at least every month. I review my stats and I look at things, and I saw some really cool patterns in here. I wanted to share some insights and lessons. This is my SamCart dashboard. So I've been using SamCart since 2016. So I could probably come back and I can reorder this. Let's see, 2016, capture all the data. I was just reviewing it and saw some really cool patterns, and I wanted to share it with you. So I collect money through Stripe as well. As SamCart, I collect money through ClickFunnels. So not all the revenue is collected through here or shown on here, but there's some just really cool patterns and things I wanted to share with you, and I thought would be some good lessons, especially if you're looking at building a MRR model, a monthly recurring revenue model. You want to do some coaching, whether it's online for other professionals or for clients. So as you can see, these are all the sales. These are all the individual sales here. And there's just some few things that stick out. Here's the profit. Here's the refund. So it's 3.1 million minus the refunds I've given, which is a lot. Let me move this back to 2015 because I think it gives a clearer picture of when I wasn't using this. I started my coaching business in 2013. I've been in business since December 1999 when I graduated massage therapy school. Actually, I think even before that, I was able to start doing massage for pay before we graduated school because of the licensing laws in San Francisco. So let's start in a couple different places. So $84,000? 80 is $1 million a year. Let me just get I don't always do the numbers. 12 is $83,333 a month. So this is, the way this calculates it is, this is the revenue, the recurring revenue, monthly recurring revenue that's going to come in over the next 30 days. It's scheduled to come in over the next 30 days. And you can see it fluctuates. So I'm just going to start with this and share a couple little things about it. So back here, when I first started selling, these were courses. So all this recurring revenue was just, instead of people paying one time for a Cash PT Blueprint course, they would do a 3-pay option. So that's what this is, and that's why it's really small, but it was nice. Let me see if I can find, oh yeah, boom, okay. So right around here, I was only selling courses. In 2018, I had chatted with my good friend Greg Todd, and he's like, Aaron, you need a monthly recurring revenue model. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm just trying to figure out what that is. Well, what I realized was this was, just getting 3-pay option, or even, a couple people 6-pay. It wasn't good. It was, well, here's the deal. What's really nice about monthly recurring revenue is I know it's coming in over the next month. So I know in the next 30 days, I'm going to generate $85,000, which is dope. But when you're selling courses, it's a little unpredictable. You can run a live webinar. Maybe I could zoom in and maybe there's a little blip down here. But that's not sales. You can see, let's see, when is this? This is June 2017, May, June. You can see there's some extra sales down here. I probably did a little live webinar. I sold some courses right in here. This is definitely a webinar, January 2018. Look at that, I did like $10,000, $16,000 in one day on a live webinar. Okay, but what I also did was I said, instead of just selling one-off courses, and even at this time, I don't think I was selling, this is right when I started using SamCart, I was selling courses through PayPal. I was selling them in other places. I've been selling this course since it's not even on here, since 2013. So I was using PayPal, eJunkie, a couple other things back then. But what I did right here was I added a $97 a month coaching program. So you get into the course, and then you get 3 months of our, what I call it, I think Inner Circle at the time. You get 3 months of that for free. And then after that 3 months, it was $97 a month. So I built this up to where I had, it is $32,000, $32,600. And I was doing $97 a month. And then I think in the fall, it was $97 a month. But what happened was people were only really staying for, 4 or 5 months and dropping off, and they weren't showing up to phone calls. And I would do these calls and people weren't showing up. I was like, all right, people need to pay more. So here, see where this little dip is? This was the coaching program, and then I started Inner Circle, and Inner Circle was $397 a month for 3 months. And when you stayed for 3 months, you got the course. So I flipped around what I was selling. So instead of selling the course plus coaching, I said, hey, let me sell the coaching and give you the free course. And I did that, and it was fine. And I got where I was doing, $30,000, $28,000 a month in recurring revenue, which is really cool, but people weren't showing up. And what was happening is I was getting lots of refund requests because people were saying, oh, I don't want the coaching anymore, or I'm good. They went through the 3 months of the course, and they were like, all right, I don't want to keep paying. Okay, fine. So I had a hard time with that because I was the only one running customer service. You can see there's this big dip right here, and this is in the fall, back to school, and that's where I made a bunch of big sales of it. And I didn't like the negativity that all the refund requests or cancellation requests brought. People were like, oh, I didn't know I was paying for this. You didn't tell me I was going to keep paying. Well, it was clear on the page. It said this is what you're paying for and this is what you get for free. So you see there's this massive dip right here in January where I basically was in the mid-20s, $20,000, $30,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue, and we killed the program. So I killed both of those programs. I killed the Inner Circle and everyone who was paying me $97 a month. And I had active subscriptions in December. You can see I had like 55, 60 members. People quit towards the end of the year, and we dropped it all the way down to 10 members. And these 10 active subscriptions were the new Platinum Mastermind that I had started. So we killed the Inner Circle program, which was $397 a month for 3 months. I looked back, and the average time people were staying was 3 months. And so I was making less on the Inner Circle than I was selling courses directly for $1,998 or even $1,500. Like $397 times 3 is $1,200. So off a webinar, you can get for $1,500. And I was making less. It's what people needed. People needed the coaching and accountability, but they weren't willing to pay for it or do the work. At that price point. They weren't showing up for calls. So I killed it. So look, I just want I had X amount of dollars coming in every month, and we killed it because it wasn't working. It was causing me stress. And then it was a slow climb back up. So people were confused between Inner Circle and Platinum Mastermind. So I focused on Platinum Mastermind. And as you can see, you come along here. In 2019, it's starting to grow again, and then it drops off again. When was this? In 2019. In the beginning of 2019, 2020, it's like, oh, it sucked. But I was focused on PT BizCon. And look at this big old blip right here. PT BizCon, March 2020. And remember, that was right at the pandemic. There's this nice little blip right there of new members. It was right at the pandemic. And then the pandemic hit, and you can see how the new members just drops all the way through 2020. People are panicking and freaking out. Okay, here's my revenue, 2020, and right here in November 2020, I'm going to come up to the refunds. I gave some massive refunds in November 2020. Where'd they go? Right in here. People were asking for refunds. I gave, oh God, there's a $15,000 right there I gave back to someone who paid in full. I gave in November 2020, I don't think it's hard to see without reorganizing it, but I gave about $22,000 in refunds. That's November. You can see these two big refunds. It's $7,000 and that's like $14,000. Because people were freaking out because of the economy. But did I freak out? Nope. MRR, if this is 2020. This is the fall 2020. It just, people started dropping off. And I said, okay, we're doing PT BizCon again. And then we enrolled people and boom, MRR goes up. And then through the summer, it starts to go down. And then in the middle of the summer, it goes up. And right in here, I raised my price. So you can see how that goes up. And then this is in the winter of 2021. Look at that climb. I didn't do anything in there, although I did a Patients and Profits on Demand program. Got 2 mastermind members in there. And then this is just the new year. And then you know what happens right here? This is March. This is PT BizCon, big event. And then MRR just goes up and up. But it's not dipping yet. And I think it's September right now. So I'm not having the same September dip that I've had multiple times. One, the economy is a little better. 2, I've improved our onboarding and everything. Now we have a 12-month contract, so it's 30 days. Love it or leave it. If you don't love it, you can leave. After 30 days, you're committed to 12 months or more. And then after 12 months, you stay as long as you're loving it. And the MRR just grows, but it's like it goes up and it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, but it's slowly trending up. And here's active subscriptions. I'm going to show you a few other things. This was all these like $97 a month per people, and it got to $97 a month, and I introduced $397, and it dropped a little bit, and this is when I dumped everybody because that program wasn't worth it. I slowly built back up. A lot of these active subscriptions are pay plans for courses, but you can see a majority of them are mastermind, and it dips down in 2021. You know, people are freaking out, and then it goes up, and then it goes boom. And you know what we did here? This is November. This is our Black Friday special from last year, PT Email Engine. So the reason I have more active subscriptions is because we launched a software called the PT Email Engine, and so we got a ton more active subscriptions, which is another MRR program at anywhere from $49 a month to $199 a month, depending on the size of your email list. And we build out an email marketing account for you. You have to finish it off. We do all the initial setup. I write all the emails for you. There's like 30-something emails. I set up all the forms. I give you all the training as a course to teach you how to do email marketing and set up your program. So that's another thing. So this is, you can see how it spiked and then went down and it stabilized. There was a big drop off. People got the PT Email Engine Black Friday special for $1, and then in 30 days they quit, but it wasn't that many people. It was 25, almost 30 people out of the 100 and something that we sold. And then the active subscriptions has stabilized here again. So those are a couple things that I just wanted to share with you. This is a PT BizCon. This is PT BizCon again. We had a couple paid in fulls here, which was really nice. All the revenue, like ticket sales for PT BizCon, were over in ClickFunnels, not in SamCart, so you won't see them here. So that's just a little discrepancy here. But all of our monthly recurring revenue is in here from our MRR programs because it's much easier to manage in SamCart. So if you're trying to manage one and you want to do it well, I recommend SamCart. So there's an affiliate link for SamCart below this video. So if you want to get a SamCart account, you can do that. I've done that. It's so much easier than managing it directly in Stripe or even through ClickFunnels. So I've moved. For a while, I had, I think this area here, we had our Cash PT Blueprint program was collecting money in ClickFunnels because it was easier and simple, but then I added the PT Email Engine at the end of 2021, and I said, you know what, it's too hard to manage the subscriptions over there for PT Email Engine, and it's a $1 upsell for the course, where you get it 2 months free when you enroll in our Platinum Mastermind. And we moved the course sales back over to SamCart, and you can see how the frequency here has increased. So those are just a couple insights and secrets. I'll tell you this, you solve a big problem, you can charge more money for it. And if you have a clientele that has an ongoing problem, whether it's weight loss or business growth, those problems aren't always solved in 1 or 2 days or even 1 or 2 months. They're problems that need to be solved over years, because you're not going to lose 40 pounds and keep it off in just 12 weeks. You really need 18 months to really grow your business. You're probably, especially to multiple 6 and 7 figures, you need at least 2 to 3 years. You have a foundation to build or fix. Then you have marketing strategies to put into place. You have to test them, you split test them, and you're going to hire and fire people, and you need some support. So hopefully this gives you some insight in building a $1 million monthly recurring revenue program. I share this with you just to give you some insight as to what's happening, what's possible, and I look at this and go, this isn't enough for me. This isn't what I want. I want more. My next goal is $3 million a year, and after that it's $5 million a year. And I have to look at well, do I just get more mastermind members, or do I add other programs, or are there other things that I'm looking at? But I could keep going what I'm doing and the trajectory I'm on. and I'll probably get there. But I want to get there faster, so that's why I work with a business coach. So just so you know, I work with all kinds of healthcare professionals, physical therapists, help you build a coaching business, whether you're coaching other professionals or clients. I help you build a cash practice, an online business, online sales, etc. People like Brandon Smith, who started working together with me, and he made $40,000 in his first week. And now, over the last 16 months, we not only built him up to making 20K months, and even he had that 40K week. We've got him now with a $20,000 a month monthly recurring revenue program, very similar to what I've just described for you. My other client, Jenny, Wanderlust PT, she's crushing it too. She'll send an email out and make a couple $4,000. She's making consistently over 30K months, working 2.5 days a week. So if you have an email list, you have a coaching program, you have clients, but you're not generating the income you want you're spending too much time, and you'd like to make 10, 20, 40, even 80K a month in monthly recurring revenue, send me a message, maybe over on Instagram, with the word private, and I'll get back to you some details, and we'll talk about how we can work together. You could comment below the video here, but sometimes I don't get those notifications. Maybe comment and then send me a message on Instagram at Aaron LeBauer, and we'll go from there. Hopefully this provided you some insights. I'd love to know what you learned, what insights you had. I think my biggest was $97 wasn't enough to get people to pay attention. $397 wasn't enough to get people to pay attention to the coaching I knew they needed. So I started a $1,000 a month program. And then after I launched it, I charged $1,500 a month. 2020, somewhere in here, I started charging $1,800 a month. And next, it'll be $2,100 a month. I mean, it's a program that's worth $100,000 a year. I just had a new member come in and make $9,900 in 6 days. You can wait and try to figure this out over years, or do something like Brandon and Jess and get to 20, 30K a month even sooner. So message me. Let me know if you need some help, or would like a free strategy call with either myself or my team, or comment below and let me know what's insightful, what was helpful for you, and what you'd like to hear more about, what other questions you have, and I'll see you on the next one.